Hello everybody. I'm going to try and get back on the Wi-Fi real quick. So I might drop off here. Hope everybody's having a good day. I will be heading back out on the road here tomorrow. On my way to Florida. It's going to be very cool. I don't think I'll make it all the way to El Paso by tomorrow from where I'm at. But there's a place in El Paso I can crash for the night. Got a buddy in Dallas. Might be able to stop there. I got a buddy in Louisiana. I know I'm pretty sure always welcome to just stop by there. I'll give him a call here today and let him know I might be heading that way. So yeah, I'm excited to get back on the road again. I've been out here in the desert for, I don't know, about a month now. A little bit over a month actually. Actually, about a month and a half. Out here in Arizona, California region. And I'm ready to get back to see the trees. There's palm trees around where I'm at right now and stuff like that, but it's not the same. I want the forest. I want to be back where there's green everywhere you look. Mountains are beautiful, don't get me wrong, but I'm kind of tired of what comes with the mountains around here. The desert is a beautiful place, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed the time that I spent out here. But I miss the nature that I'm used to. I'm so used to looking in every direction and just seeing green and trees in every direction. I miss my maple trees. I miss my oak trees. I miss seeing willow trees and walnut trees and hickory trees and the pine trees. And Florida is a pretty lush area, so I know I'll be happy down there. I'm going to be learning so much. There's a gentleman down there, Adam, that has offered me to come stay and help him work in his garage, and he is a very bright guy. He's been to school for automotive repair and stuff like that, a few years of schooling, and I just know there's so much that he can teach me, and that's kind of what a lot of this journey is about, is just learning different things from different people. So I'm excited to start heading back east. Real excited. I can't wait. Hoping to visit one of my old buddies from elementary school who lives down in Texas. Hoping he'll be around and maybe I'll crash a night there with him or something like that. We'll see. He's not too big on dogs. So, but I think it'll be alright. And then my good buddy Walt there in Louisiana, I'd love to go hang out with him a night or two. And I think I can be there like within a week. I'm sure I can make it to Florida. So I'm pretty excited. I might have to camp out a couple nights, but that doesn't bother me. I have gear to where I don't get cold at night. I've probably got enough food for at least a month. A lot of it's just vegetables and stuff like that, but I can live off of it, you know? I've had some really good support by some really good friends as of late. Just flabbergasted really by how many people are just willing to give and help me out. A lot of them say that I've earned it, but you know, that they're living vicariously through me out here on the road and stuff, and I appreciate it so much. I don't know, I'm one of those that doesn't think the things that I do are all that. You know, I'm just another person doing what I can. But they make me feel like I'm worth so much more than I think I am. And I'm one of those that tries not to have a chip on my shoulder at all. You know, people say I downplay a lot of the things that I do, but I think it's because a lot of it just comes naturally to me. And I just try to treat people like I can be treated. I wish to be treated. You know, the golden rule. And I've helped. Hey, Mike, how we doing, brother? I hope your son's enjoying that hat. I'm glad it fit. You really warmed my heart sending me that video, him wearing it and thanking me. That's just, I didn't think you could make my day any better, and then you sent that and it was just like, yeah, Dire Straits here, folks. He came and visited me. Live flat and prosper. That's right, Trav. We had a wonderful day together. We went for a good walk. Took Hank for a walk, hung out and chatted. Just talked about what, you know, we'd like to do in the future. What our dreams and aspirations are, and it was awesome. Really makes me want to head back out this way again, just so I could see him again. We drove a long way too, to and fro, to come hang out. And it was a magical day. Brought a good healthy lunch, some snacks, and just made me really feel special, all the effort that he put into coming out and just hanging out. Really good guy. I'll never forget that day, as long as I live. I'm hoping that he can find his way out there to New Mexico and take that leap, man. Just I'd start in the spring maybe, or the early fall. It gets cold up there in the winter time. Pretty sure they get snow up there. But just another person that wants to try to break free from society's, you know, all the Jeez, oh jeez. Somebody's jamming. But just all the nonsense that comes with having to live with all these perks. Um, there is a way to get out and away from it. And it's not easy, and it's not always, you don't have that peace of mind. Um, but it is possible. I'm living it right now. I know, they're playing that music loud, aren't they, Bubba? It should be easy, Travis, I agree, but they don't want it to be easy. They try to make it, what we're doing, as hard as possible. But with a lot of these, yeah, we do. That's why I'm hoping we can have this meetup down in Florida, this flat stock, where it's just going to be a bunch of like-minded people hanging out. And I was thinking everybody can bring a little something to the table, We can have demonstrations that we put on ourselves. I'd like to show people how to can food. Good Lord. And how to get the soil ready for gardens and things like that. How to, just all the stuff that I've been learning. Little tricks to the trade while living out here. How to start a fire easily with just one match. How to try to keep, one of the hardest parts of getting away from society is finding something to do with your time and not staring at the screen here. It would be a great thing if... Oh, I'm going to try to jump on the Wi-Fi here again, folks. See what happens. So if it cuts off, I'll be right back. But yeah, you don't need to... different... But I know there's so much out there that, everybody knows a little bit of something. I just went to the Wi-Fi. I'm hoping. With things that I would like to learn. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is being like it is. But yeah, everybody think about things. Digging an outhouse. There's a lot of states that don't even know. They say you're not allowed to have an outhouse. But if we're going to do this, there's certain laws that we are not going to adhere to. That's just how it is. There are certain things that, the same thing, Josh Corey said it best. Fellow member of Iron Realm Media. His ex-wife asked him, well, are you happy now about Missouri passing the cannabis laws to where it can be used medicinally? And he said, frankly, I don't care what laws they pass about this stuff. Regardless, I'm going to do what I want. If I want to grow a plant and ingest it or smoke it, they have no right to tell me either way. So that's a big part of getting away from the system, is just, we all know the rules, folks. We're born knowing the rules. Um, and all of their rules don't apply to us unless you choose to follow them. And that's how we have to look at it. If you want to break free of the system, you can't follow their rules, because their rules will make it impossible to get away from their system. We have to take the power back. We don't ask for it. We don't vote on our rights. We know our rights. And they have overstepped their bounds, oh my gosh, so much. And they have on paper taken so many of our God-given rights from us. And we just have to say it's not okay anymore. I am no longer under your rule, and I'm not listening to what you tell me I can and can't do. As long as I'm not hurting another or their property in any way, shape, or form, then leave me alone. And they're not going to like it. They're not. It will be opposed violently, probably. And that, I know that scares a lot of people. That scares me. But a lot of these rights have been fought for with violence, have been earned with violence. And I don't think you need to worry about the military coming in. Not at all. Not here in this country. Those people are on our side. Yeah, we just tell them, hey, this is now, we need to teach people about alloidal titles. There's ways that you can own your property. You can actually, you can own all the rights to it. You can, and I don't even think we need to do that. We have to just not adhere to what they tell us we have to do, to what forms and signs, forms that they want us to sign and papers they want us to fill out. There is no more filling out papers. It is, we are here, we are living this way, and that's how it's going to be. I'm not asking you for the right to do this. This is my right. And a couple people doing it can get shut down very easily. But if millions upon millions of people do it, all at the same time, they wouldn't know what to do. They would have no clue on how to fight back against millions of people saying, no, I'm not doing this anymore. You don't have the right to tell me to do this. And that's what it's going to come down to. Yeah, they have pieces of paper that say they own this and they own that, and this is theirs and that's theirs and yada yada yada. But they're just pieces of paper. Yeah, they have guns. We have guns too. But millions of people, there are over 300 million guns in this country that are owned by private owners. If just 1%, 3 million of those guns were put into the hands of people who were going to say no, that'd be the largest force on the plane. Yeah, exactly. No. Oh, I just got chills when you said that when I read that out, Trav. That was one of those truths right there. You just say no. And there may be violent conflict, but that's I don't want it. Nobody wants it, but we're going to have to stand for something, folks. We have to draw a line in the sand somewhere. And that line means when they cross it, that we are going to oppose them crossing our line. I don't want to wait until the line in the sand is, hey, you have to get a chip in your hand. Yeah, it is. It's scary. And I agree with you, Ryan. The whole birth certificate thing and all that stuff. And they say there's ways around it and this and that, but if you're not a part of the club, then they make it almost impossible. You know what? If we all got rid of our birth certificates and just went under different names, our new names, that'd be good times. Good times for all. That'll be my new name. You know? And there is no birth certificate that has that name on it. We don't need them to tell us what to do. I love Travis, the Plain Truth. He put out a quote, I'm not sure where it was, the other day, saying how we, you know, before taxes, before 1913, when they started collecting taxes, we had a military. We had roads, and we had railroads, and we had schools and hospitals, and we had all these things. So why do we need taxes again? Taxes were started to get rid of alcohol, the income tax, and it's voluntary. It still to this day is voluntary. There is no law that says that you have to pay it. You know who is supposed to pay an income tax? Foreign citizens that live in this country and people who make money doing business with foreign entities. Those are the people that are required by law to pay an income tax. And income was not your wage that you earned from being paid. That's not what the word income meant back in the day. You know, now it says wages, this and that, blah, 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 etc. But back in the day, income was you taking your own money, putting it towards something, a business or investing in something, and then the money you get in return, the money that comes back, that it was considered income. Not money that you went to work and somebody paid you a wage. Your wage was not considered income. And the whole thing started to get rid of alcohol. It was prohibition. They were taxing alcohol, and the government was making so much money off of it that they weren't going to even try prohibition. So a group of people got together and said, hey, we will give you voluntarily part of our income, the money that we, make, to take place of the money that you're making in taxes off of alcohol. And it lasted, 2 or 3 years, prohibition did? I'm not even sure. Don't quote me on that. And then they went right back to making it legal and taxing the crap out of it. But they still were collecting people's income. I think that was one of the big scams too, right there. See, they know how to play our heartstrings and play on our emotions. They've been, they love using children to get things done. Hey, FE10 clan, welcome, friend. But yeah, they don't. Yeah, Ryan, it's a it's a blueprint that they follow. Do you know how it started in England? How the income tax and stuff like that started, or why it started? I'm not sure. I have no clue about over there. But I'm sure it was along the same lines. It was to save the children and, stop this or that, or... You know what happens when you make things like alcohol and drugs illegal? It opens up a black market for people, criminals, to make money off of it. If they would just make all these drugs legal, and I'm not saying, you know, alcohol is just as bad as many of these other drugs. People do just as much stupid stuff drunk as they do high on cocaine or heroin or meth. I mean, if we made them all legal and taxed them, we would not need an income tax. And people could do, people are going to do it whether it's legal or not. People are going to find their poison that they want. 22. Looks like I might run out a little bit early. But yeah, there is no stopping a user from getting what they want to use. There isn't. And then they take things like cannabis, that is actually a medicine, and has killed as many people that are inside this hat right now. That's how many people have died from using cannabis. And they say it's worse than cocaine and heroin because there's no medicinal value to it. Do you really think there's a medicinal value to cocaine and heroin? You know what they do? Cocaine and heroin dull your senses so you no longer feel the pain that your body is giving out. Your body is trying to tell you, hey, there's something wrong here. You need to change your diet, or you need to flush out your system. You need to stop consuming this certain thing. And instead of doing that and healing yourself, they'll give you cocaine or heroin, your Oxycontin, your hydrocodone, things like that. They'll give that to you, and then it'll dull your senses so you don't feel the pain anymore. And then when it gets so bad to where it gets infected, then they'll get a surgeon to cut it out for you and sell you a pill to replace what that organ or gland was actually doing for you. As soon as the medical industry should not be a money-making industry. There should be in healing people. Real medicine should be a human right. And I'm sorry, folks, but it's not. They don't allow us to... Most states don't allow you to make medicine yourself and then sell it to others. Just for the price that it costs you to make it. Not to make a profit off of it, but I used to hand out Golden Seal like it was candy to people at work. Whenever they'd start getting a cold or a sniffle, I'd be like, hey, if you want, there's this stuff right here. Here's some literature on it. It is all natural. Tastes like crap, but you take it like an antibiotic and you will feel better in a few days. And it wasn't cheap stuff. It was over $20 a gram, and the capsules weren't too bad. You can get 100 capsules for like $6, the gelatin capsules, and I'd make my own and I'd pass them out to people at work, and they would feel better. They were amazed at how well it worked. But I couldn't, say, hey, because it came out to be about 70 cents a tablet, a pill. And I'd give them 7 of them, so that's almost $5 right there. Just in the pill. Well, it depended on where I got the Golden Seal. A lot of the times I would get them from this awesome place there in Stark County called Back to Basics. And he would be like, okay, here's a gram. And then he would take another big giant scoop and just throw it in the bag for me. We would sit and talk about not politics so much, but government. And kind of the same conversation I'm having right here with the owners. Yeah, we do, Travis. And it's not someone, it's a large group of people. Because one person they can silence. One person, they can get rid of one person, no problem. But when 5 million people all stand up together and say no, that's harder. That's a lot harder to get rid of 5 million people. Or even 5,000 people. 50,000 people. Once enough people all join together and do it at the same time, no, Ryan, that's why I started studying alchemy. They've taken the spiritualism out of medicine. Where, I mean, look at the way the medicine men of like the Hopi Indians, they don't only mix these ingredients, they chant, while they're applying it, or even while they're making it. They're speaking to the medicine. They're putting their intentions, their love and good intentions into that medicine when they're making it. Back in the day, they say you used to get medicine and you were also given something to say, a phrase to say while you were taking it, or before you took it, or just after you took it, or something to sing. It wasn't just about taking the medicine, it was about communicating with the medicine while you were ingesting it. There's so much that has been lost, so much knowledge. That was one of the reasons why I came out here. I wanted to find that person who was going to teach me about what to say to my medicine. The Indians are a very close-knit group, and I don't blame them at all for what they've had done to them over the years. I don't blame them one bit for not trusting me at all. Not at all. I wouldn't. They've been really, I don't know how to say it, raped by the white man, by these corporations and these politicians. They've been decimated. People like to think, oh, the Indian tribes, this and that, they were, there's just, 50 to 100, couple hundred people. No, there were tribes of hundreds of thousands of people. Milwaukee, I guess, used to be a huge tribe, just enormous. They had civilizations here. And we read about how they were savages and this and that and yada yada yada. But the funny part is even with all our advanced technology and all our supposed wisdom, we couldn't beat them in combat. They knew you don't follow rules in war. That's why England was the greatest army for so long, because there was rules. You lined up in a field and you stood in front of them, and it was pretty much whoever had the most, combat weapons and the most armor and the most people would win. Well, the Indians didn't fight like that. They didn't line up in front of you and say, okay, let's fight. They were on horseback. They were hiding behind trees. They were guerrilla warfare. So much of our military tactics of our special forces was probably learned by fighting the Indians. They were kicking our asses all over the place. So you know what we did? We would attack their women and their children. And we used biological warfare. And we decimated their food source. Things like that. Because we couldn't beat them one-on-one. We just couldn't. Yep, to the end of the rope. I gotta get some more hemp. Almost done. About 1.5 more rows. I'll get some more hemp tomorrow. But yeah, it's beyond horrible what we did to the Indians. And it just, the knowledge that they had that is now gone and lost, just about the plant life, about different things that animals, different parts of the animals that did certain things. Now, Eastern medicine, I would love to go to like Nepal or someplace like that and learn. Hi, my name is Good Times for All. Yeah. Yeah. Zachary Zabala will be no more. And the thing is, folks, you got to remember, the revolution, when it starts, it's not going to be televised. You're not going to see it. There could be a revolution trying to take place and trying to start up every day. But you're not going to hear about it by the people that control 90 whatever % of everything we read, see, or hear. The ATF. Yeah. Alcohol, tobacco, and firearms. But these people, the only reason that they have rule over us is because we allow it. And that is the only reason. Because they are united and we are divided. Hey Nathan, how we doing? Rune, welcome friends. Yeah, so once we, and that's the thing, if it was more than just a few million people, if we had 100 million people, 200 million people, we could keep everything going the way it is. We could have internet and all this running water, and we could have, electricity, and we could have all of this stuff without money. We could still do this. It's possible. Oh, just Jack, that sucks, brother. I wish I was out there. I'm probably going to be heading to Florida here pretty soon. Um, Hoping to be there within a couple weeks. I'm pretty excited. Yeah, Antonio, way too much. Hey, welcome, friend. It's good to see you, man. Yeah, more wisdom than we probably have right now has been lost due to the genocide that has taken place on this plane. Um, and hey, Josh, how you doing, friend? Cuz, but I don't want to say I blame a lot of it. Apostrophe. Where's there an apostrophe? But so many cultures were wiped out by the Catholic Church and their missionaries, as they called them. But the thing was, they weren't. It was you got the Bible or you got the sword. You get to decide. I mean, some of the atrocities that they talk about, that Columbus and all those guys, the Spanish, did to the Native Americans here. And we celebrate it. We celebrate these people. Yeah. Yeah, he invited me to come out and work in his garage with him. And I'm going to take him up on that offer. I was telling him today that I really just want to learn from him as much as possible. I'd like to sell hats still while I'm there. I'll make hats at night and work during the day. But I'd really like to just, as long as I can keep enough money to keep my phone going so I can call my mom and let her know that I'm alive. She likes that. And keep some food in Hank and I's belly. I don't need any more than that. I just want what I need. And I'd love to help him out any way I can. What's wrong, Trav? Oh crap, I'm down to 16. My battery's plugged in and it's down to like 16%. Well, folks, I think I'm going to jump off here. I'm going to start packing up. I'm going to leave out early in the morning, start heading that way. Try to get to El Paso, but I don't know if I will. There's a place there that's pretty awesome. A place I was at before. Oh, Antonio, you're done with your book. Wonderful, man. I can't wait to see it. I'm still... I got a new lens that I've been playing with that Chris Van Matra gave me out of a, what are they? A projection television set. And I think there's some answers there. It doesn't have to be a hemispherical lens. As long as there's just a little bit of curve at the edges, I think we can figure out so much of how stuff works. So I'm excited to start playing with that. I'm going to send out some stuff tomorrow morning. Oh, thank you, Jack. I appreciate that, brother. Yeah, my baby here, she's been so good to me. My truck, I love her. And a few thousand more miles. I'm going to clean her up today, right when I get back to camp. Just add sugar. But this has been a wonderful adventure so far, and I'm not done yet. Um, I might stop hang out with Adam for a while throughout the summer, or throughout the winter, the spring. Help him out as much as possible, learn as much as I can from him. And I got a buddy up in Michigan that needs somebody to sell his cannabis for him. And there's a lot of money to be made. And he's a really cool guy. Jeep Nomad here on YouTube. He has one video out, and it's called "We All Like Weed." It's a song that he got real ripped and started making up. It's so funny. Yeah, golden seal. It's all one word. It's an amazing herb. I just started growing it. And gosh, I miss those plants so much. I miss my gardens. I'd like to help Adam if he wants to have a garden. I'd love to help show him how to compost and how much manure to put down in the ground and how much to apply and when, and the best ways to water, because there's so many little tricks that just help out. And then in turn I'll learn a lot from him about vehicles, and hopefully share a lot of that with you. Hopefully we'll have a meetup here in Florida here soon that's going to be, like flat stock. He says he knows a buddy that has, oh, thank you, babe, all kinds of room for people to come and camp and hang out, and we can all bring little things to do, little demonstrations. I'd like to teach people how to can food. It's so easy. All types of food, vegetables, meat. There's all types of things that you can that's so easy. Maybe we could do some hunting there and teach people how to clean, skin their meat. There's all kinds of things that I think that if we can all get together and just help each other learn how to live without them. If that's what it's going to take, if we can't get 50 million people to all stand up and say no, then maybe just a few thousand of us or a few hundred of us get together and we can start a commune type system where you have one person that works metal and one person that does the meat and one person that makes clothes, one person that has huge gardens, and one person that grows hemp for clothes, and somebody who takes care of the sheep for their wool. And I mean, we can do this. It's definitely possible. There are Amish people all over the place, especially up north, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Ohio, and they do it. And they live quite comfortably. They live very comfortably. And they charge all kinds of huge amounts. And if we do need money you know, still to buy certain things, then we can make furniture to sell to people. Good furniture. Hey, Adam. Been talking about you, brother. I might be heading your way here pretty soon. I'm excited, man. I can't wait to learn from you and hopefully teach you some stuff. I'd love to teach you about, you know, what I know about gardening and canning your food, stuff like that. I think together we can do some pretty cool stuff. I think there's a, excuse me, there's a lot of knowledge and information between the two of us that if we share, we'll both come out ahead. I know there's so much that you can teach me. I'd like to show you how to make medicine. How to just take certain parts of plants and dry them out, and that's medicine. Edible plants that we find in our yards. You can make a salad from stuff walking down the street, picking dandelions and clover and wood sorrel. And it tastes good. It does. Some of that stuff is just awesome. And how to find wild carrots and guerrilla gardening. Being able to plant a garden in public places without anybody even knowing that the stuff's really even there. Just a plant here, a plant there, and but yeah, I'm gonna be heading that way, man. I'm gonna do my best to get there as soon as possible, brother. That's right. Yeah, because we don't need the system. And like I said before, we can have all these wonderful amenities that we have now. If we can get, you know, millions of people to stand up and say no. And there's the people in Japan, the bus drivers, I think it's Japan, are still doing their jobs. They're still, you know, riding their routes and getting people where they need to go, but they're not accepting fares. They're doing it all for free. All of them. That's what we need to do. That's what everybody needs to do. You know, you go to the grocery store and you just take what you need. You don't take excess. You just get what you need. You pick it up and you walk out. And that's it. There is no paying for it. And the people that work the fields and the farms, they go and do their thing. And the truckers come and pick it up and they send it out. Hey, what's up, cuz? How we doing, Adam? But yeah, we can do all of this stuff without the, you know, the so-called elite. I like to call them parasites. Yeah, money, we don't need their money. We just need everybody to keep doing what they're doing. And without money, imagine how many people would have to get up off their ass and start helping. Because in this country, there's only about 100 million people that work. And I would go back to work tomorrow if money was gone. Okay, Bubba, come on. I would go find a factory or find any place I could start helping. Find a farmer that needs a hand. And we can get rid of a lot of these machines and start growing food the right way again, with love and good intentions. Those machines have no love or good intentions for those plants when they're harvesting them or when they're planting them. And if if everything was made with love and good intentions, and you do it because it needs to be done. That's why we would do things. Because in order to have the electricity, in order to have, yeah, that's all it would take, Rune. You go out and do your 5, 6 hours a day. Everybody does. And then you have the rest of the 18 hours to do whatever you want, to do what you love to do, which could still be producing something. You know, if you want to go out and make furniture, you know, there's certain things that need to be done. And once we get all that stuff done as a community, we would all have so much more time to do the things that we love to do, which could still provide things for the community. It's it's not out of our grasp to do this stuff. There's definitely a possibility that we can change everything and still keep things the way they are. You know, keep all these wonderful amenities that we have. Can you imagine how electricity would be free if we quit doing it the way that we're doing it? There's so much technology out there that has been suppressed. We could all have machines that run on water and don't put out any pollution. There's just, once we all stand up together, united, that's the key. You know, the key is that it isn't you against I, or even them against us. They may be against us, but we don't have to be against them. All we have to do is ignore them, just like a troll. Hey, Constance, welcome. Oh, I'm getting the low battery sign, folks. I'm going to have to jump off here. Where am I at? Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, we are one, Rune. Well said. There's no reason that we can't take everything back without firing one bullet. It's just a state of mind. We can have everything we have now. I can't wait, Adam. Yeah, even with the battery pack though, it still runs it down when I'm doing live streams. It just, I don't know if it's my phone or what. Hey, Mishka. Wonderful hanging out at the conference, sweetie. Just Jack. Can't wait to see you again, man. Yeah, my battery's about to die. I got to get going. It's even plugged in, but what are you gonna do? Just gave me the low battery sign again. But yeah, everybody get ready. Florida. We're gonna try and get something set up to where it's gonna be a free potluck, free for all. Everybody brings some information, some knowledge, and we can all just sit around and share it. And yeah, but I love y'all. Thank you all so much for joining me. I'm not sure when I'm going to go live again. I'm going to be on the road a lot. Hopefully, I'm going to hit El Paso and camp out one more night at that awesome place I was at. And they have free Wi-Fi there and stuff like that. And I'll be, yeah, I'm hitting the road. I'm heading to Florida. So get ready, Adam. I love y'all. I can't wait. Looks like Antonio might be going live here soon. But love y'all, and can't wait to do this again. I love talking to you all. All right, Adam. Love you. I love all you, and I'll see you all next time. Good times for all. Signing out as always. Thanks for watching.